there is my take after this race. Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw on your televisions on Sunday, November 3rd is why the playoffs should die. Why? It makes entertaining moments. You cannot deny this was an entertaining moment, but this was a manufactured as you can ever get in racing. What you saw in that final 10 laps was not racing. That was not racing. Chevy forming a blockade in front of William Byron so he can make the final four, and streaming at Austin Dillon and Ross Chastain through the radio that they know the deal, and then Bubba Wallace half faking that he's got a flat tire so Bell can pass him, and Bell has to pretend that he's stuck in the fence to try and... Oh my god. How did both of these guys not get penalized? And this is what we're talking about after a great race. It's Richmond all over again. And this is 2013 Richmond all over again. This is worse. This is worse. The playoffs need to die. That sounds so aggressive and horrible. But this format needs to go. Period. Okay. I'm down, Skyler. I'm down. We're going to talk about that controversy more towards the end of the race. But... okay. Deep breaths. Everything is gonna be alright. La 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 la. Oh, this format isn't bullshit at all. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, I'm even wearing the 24 jacket. I literally decided, I was like, it's the second to last race. I'll bring out my cool Jeff Gordon jacket. I didn't know the future of this race. I really didn't, but... well, shall we get into it? This is the 2024 Xfinity 500 review. Oh, lasagna. But anyway, let's get down to business. So, the race starts off. Martin Truex got the pole. All the Joe Gibbs cars, they seem to have good speed on the short run. That's what I really found throughout this race. But Chase Elliott, about 40 laps into the run, was able to take the lead. Some guys you could see were trying to switch it up with pitch strategy and stuff. Martin Truex was actually one of those guys who wanted to come in and switch up the strategy. The tire wear wasn't as effective as I wanted it to be, but you could tell it was still there. Hopefully Goodyear builds on this for future Martinsville races. But the 19 did get a speeding penalty when he pitted, and yeah, that was pretty well Martin Truex Day done from there. Christopher Bell. So hard to not talk about the obvious right now with Christopher Bell, but Christopher Bell, he got into a spin early in stage 1. Yeah, you remember that? You remember when Christopher Bell got into an early spin in stage 1? He had a horrible car today. Christopher Bell just did not have the day he needed, and really shouldn't be in the Final Four if we're judging it off today, but oh well. Christopher Bell, I think he just got loose entering turn 1. Hit the 51 of Corey LaJoie. He spun out, and that was Christopher Bell's first accident of the day. And then, yeah, Denny Hamlin was driving to the front through all of this. He made his way up to from 37th to 15th in like 91 laps. Impressive run by the 11. The 9 and the 24 were trading the lead throughout stage 1, but Elliott did end up getting the stage win. Hendrick did have some really good cars today. What more can you say? Yeah, William Byron had the lead for a lot. Chase Elliott had the lead for a lot. It was back and forth between Byron and Elliott all day, pretty much. And then you could really tell who was fast because Blaney kept working his way up. Byron kept working his way up whenever he lost track position. Larson had his good moments in the race. I mean, even the Stewart-Haas guys up front were having really good races. Chase Briscoe and Ryan Preece, they were driving perfectly today. They did everything they could in Stewart-Haas's penultimate race. But yeah, then a pit stop happened. Elliott had some problems on pit road. That really set the 9 back. We didn't really see much of the 9 until the end of the race. Brad Keselowski, I don't know what happened to him, but Brad Keselowski, he was the class of the field in Stage 2. You could not get past him to save your life, but Brad Keselowski did get the Stage 2 win, and then, yeah, then Christopher Bell, man, Christopher Bell, he did not have the day he needed today. He did not have the day he needed. Problems on pit road. He dropped the 31st after that, and I just didn't get the lug nut tight, I'm pretty sure, and then had contact on the way out of pit road. Not the day the 20 team needed. Not the 20 team needed at all. But really what the 24 needed, or the 20 team needed, was he needed to drive to at least 13th to make sure, assuming today's winner was below the cut line, and that was the case. That was the case. And I mean, Byron was running second, so if Bell was able to make up maybe 1 or 2 more positions by the time Byron was near the edge of the top 5, top 10, he probably could have managed like a 16th and made it in. Elliott had a really close moment with Chris Buescher there. Buescher was going to pit and just slowing down the middle of the track. Elliott tried to go past on the inside, but yeah, it was just some miscommunication between the 17 and the 9. It happens. It's Martinsville, but yeah, Blaney has sent Shane Van Gisbergen up the track to get past William Byron at one point. The different strategies, you could tell who was on fresh tires and who was on wasn't, man. I gotta say, apart from that 2022 Martinsville cutoff race, this was definitely the best Martinsville race of the next gen era. It sucks. It really, really sucks that this race is going to be covered in so much controversy. But it's the truth. This was a great Martinsville race. The controversy is definitely going to bring it down my race rating, but I'm going to try to leave it out of my post-race rating as much as I can. But yeah, and then Christopher Bell got lapped by Brad Keselowski too. Oh, that was poor. That was really bad for Christopher Bell, man. He needed to stay on the lead lap. He needed to. Oh, if only Bell stayed on the lead lap, we would have avoided all this controversy. But I'll get to this point later in the race, but I do think this controversy needed to happen. You can already tell where I'm going with this, judging by how I started off this video. But Kyle Larson, man, I don't know how he didn't speed going on the pit road at one point. The 43 was literally stopped, and then Larson's like sliding onto the pits. He's literally having to turn the wheel like this, so he's just to keep it out of the inside. Well, I don't know how he didn't get a speeding penalty, bro. I don't know how he didn't end up with a speeding penalty, but it is what it is. And then after that cycle of pit stops, we're left with a Hendrick 1, 2, 3. It is Larson in the lead, Byron in second, and Elliott in third. Elliott on the fresh tires. He is able to pass William Byron. Then he's able to go down, hunt down the 5. It took him a little while, but Elliott did hunt down Larson and took the lead. Blaney and Larson did have a little bit of a battle there for the second spot. Blaney did get pie very easily once he got the chance, and then Blaney was able to get to chase Elliott within a few laps afterwards. Blaney takes the lead, and then it all just swirls down from there. And then, man, and this is when it all gets so spicy. Blaney took the white flag. Blaney wins by like 3 or 4 seconds, I think it was. Blaney wins the race. So that means Joey Logano, Tyler Reddick, and Ryan Blaney are locked into the final race at Homestead. But let's talk about the fun part of this video. The fun, sunshine and rainbows. Oh, the NASCAR playoffs. Oh, I love them so much. Feed me more drama. I love the drama. Drama.
Do you see me fucking laughing?
Oh, okay, where do I even start with this? So, Byron's losing spots like crazy. With 5 laps to go, he has got 2 Chevrolets right behind him. And I don't know when Martinsville became a super speedway, but Ross Chastain on the outside and Austin Dillon on the inside are both behind the 24, and they are both told to not advance your position. They are told, you know the deal, stay behind the 24. It's pretty clear and obvious when you hear the 3 and the 1's radio. In my opinion, it's pretty damn cut and clear. In my honest opinion. But Okay, so then we have Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell is in 19th. He is the second or third car a lap down. The car who's not a lap down is Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace is a Toyota. So, with 2 laps to go, they know the Chevrolets are not going to pass William Byron. So, you know where this is going. Oh, it's going to the computer warriors at NASCAR Race Control. Whoa, it's gonna get good. Oh, more playoffs, says Steve Phelps. More! We need more drama! More! I can't help but make a mockery out of it. I can't help it. It's just so stupid. It's so stupid. What this sport has come to. Because of shit like this, and now we're going to Phoenix, where 4 drivers have had their whole season come down to one goddamn race. It's... You meditate for a reason. We stay calm. We stay composed. Okay. So, the final lap happens. You can see Bubba Wallace is going extremely slow on the outside. Bubba radios to his team, I think I've got a flat. I think I've got a flat. And then he's there wiggling around. As they head into turn 3, the 20 knows the car he has to pass is the 23. So, Bubba's there losing on the outside. Bell tries to do everything he can. He slide jobs at Martinsville. He's left alongside the wall, which we have the Hail Bell as Bell rides the wall halfway through the corner. And to be honest, he didn't need to. I don't know who the next car a lap down was behind Byron. I think it was Stenhouse. And he would have been a ways behind, to be honest, if I'm not mistaken, but... yeah, and then... so Bell gets in. Bell is in on a tiebreaker. We're all sitting there like this in front of our screens wondering, what's the call? What's the call in NASCAR? I had a communication with a lot of my friends. Some of them are in the States. Some of them were here. There was a lot of communication between me and my friends. I'll give you my take on it as personally once I reveal what happened. For those who don't know, big spoiler alert incoming, but NASCAR deemed after 30 minutes of waiting that Bell's move was illegal and William Byron is in to the championship 4. Oh boy, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. I think I've got some of the stress out already by ranting and raving about it, but in my personal opinion, the 24 and the 20 should both be penalized. If you're going to penalize one, you have to penalize the other, in my opinion. The Chevrolets was blatant and very blatant race manipulation. Just my honest take. Just my honest take. There's no way when you have a rule book, a rule in the book that states, I can't remember what the exact wording is, but I believe it says something along the lines of every driver must race to 100% of their ability, and the Chevrolets of Ross Chastain and Austin Dillon are clearly told, you know the deal, while running side by side behind Chevrolet's only hope to make the Final 4, and they don't pass it when they are clearly faster. What's the deal, NASCAR? What's the deal? Please review. That's all I asked. Just take some time to calm down. We can take some drama off the election on Tuesday and Monday and Wednesday, however long the election decides to go this year, but this needs serious reviewing. Fair enough, you gave Bell a penalty. They have a clear rule that states you're not allowed to ride the wall. Fair enough, in my opinion. Bell's taken out of the championship 4. I don't think Bell really needed to ride the wall because I don't think Stenhouse was anywhere near him, but that's my take. If you're going to penalize Bell, fair enough. But I do think the Chevrolets need to be penalized too, because that was blatant race manipulation. And if NASCAR seriously says that this format is totally valid and rewards great racing and year-long success after this bullshit, everyone at the head of NASCAR should leave their office right there that day. Jim France should tell them all to get out of that goddamn office if they believe that that is what they should see out of NASCAR Cup Series racing. Because that was bullshit. That was bullshit. That's just my honest opinion. That is just my honest opinion. If you have a different take, feel free to leave it in the comments below. But I'm here wearing a 24 jacket while saying the 24 should be penalized. Wow, I can't believe this. I really can't believe my sport has come to this. I honestly can't. People are gonna be happy with the fact, especially if they're Hendrick Motorsports fans, that the 24 is in the Final Four. You're gonna see a lot of that. You're gonna see a lot of that. But if you're a fan of the sport and you take biasness out of your opinion, you can see right through this blatant entertainment bullshit. I will admit, you'll see my live reaction on YouTube Shorts tomorrow. I was pretty, amazed by what I had seen. I couldn't believe it. But rules are rules, and racing shouldn't have to come to this. Racing should not have to be manufactured drama. Even if you do Winston or Chase points, you're probably going to see some of that, but it shouldn't come to this every time. Every time we go to Martinsville now, if it's close, you're going to see shit like this. You saw it in 2020. You saw it in 2021. You saw it in 2022. You now seen it today in 2024. We should be talking about entertaining racing for the state of the product. And today's race was an entertaining product. But are left in this situation, and now we're probably going to be left in this situation for the rest of this week until NASCAR makes a call in the 24. Because we as NASCAR fans should be protesting this ruling against the 24, because that was blatant manipulation of the race. Just my honest take. Leave your take on it all in the comments down below, but let's get into the results, because I'm so tired of watching Judge Judy today. It's ridiculous. Well, let's take a look at these finishing results. Ryan Blaney gets the win. He drove a great race today, man. That 12 car was full of speed all day long, and knowing how this format has gone the last few years, it'll probably be Ryan Blaney versus Joey Logano battling for a championship. It's probably just what it's going to be honest. I just don't think the 2311 cars are going to be as good as the Joe Gibbs Toyotas at Phoenix personally, but that's why I had Bell as my championship pick all season. Chase Elliott finished as second. He drove a great race today too. He just didn't have a car fast enough. His Blaney at the end is what it is. Same with Kyle Larson. If he had fresher tires, I think he would have been able to hold the 5 or the 9 and maybe the 12 off, but you never know. Austin Cindric pulled off a 4th. He was back in 30th all day. Don't ask me how Austin Cindric appeared in 4th place. Denny Hamlin pulls off a 5th. I think Denny Hamlin probably would have won this race, to be honest, if he didn't have to go to a backup, but that's just NASCAR sometimes. That is just NASCAR. And Denny Hamlin's championship hopes are over now too. William Byron pulls off a BS6, followed by Austin Dillon, Ross Chastain, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano round out your top 10. Noah Gragson finishes 11th. How does Shane Van Gisbergen get 12th? Good lord. Alex Bowman, Ryan Preece, Chase Briscoe, and Josh Berry round out Stuart Haas's last race at Martinsville. Briscoe and Preece drove great races today, man. They deserve a lot of props. Daniel Hemrick, Bubba Wallace, Eric Jones. So Eric Jones was the next car to Stenhouse. I'd love to see where Eric Jones was in the midst of all that, but Greggy Stenhouse, Zane Smith, Christopher Bell gets put back to 22nd. Daniel Suarez, Martin Truex Jr., Carson Hocevar, Todd Gillen, Kaz Gralla, Kyle Busch, Justin Haley, Chris Buescher, John Hunter Nemechek, Ty Gibbs, Michael McDowell, Tyler Reddick, Corey LaJoie, Harrison Burton, and Josh Bilicki round out your results. Well, we should give the eliminated guys some more of their shine before we round off this Martinsville review, but we'll start off with Chase Elliott. I think Chase Elliott had a very consistent season. Honestly, if Elliott would have won the championship, would have reminded me of Matt Kenseth in 2003. Would have been very good for the sport to see Chase Elliott win the championship. Not his year. What more can I say? Just not his year. Elliott's got to find some more of that winning speed, in my opinion. The one win at Texas just isn't enough to win you a championship in NASCAR nowadays. But, I mean, Kyle Larson won like 7 races or something like that, and he's not even going to race for a championship, so what do I know? What do I know? That's just my personal take on Chase Elliott. He had a great season all year, but yeah, I think the goal for Elliott in 2025 should be find that winning pace. Denny Hamlin, next up, just hasn't been the same since Dover, really. Haven't seen a win out of Denny Hamlin. And I mean, he's had a lot of stuff on his mind, so I don't blame him. Like, the lawsuit, the charter agreement, everything going on there, and running his own team, and probably everything else with his wife and his kids. Like, that guy's got a lot on his plate, so I honestly don't blame him for not winning the championship this year. It wasn't Denny Hamlin's year, but maybe it'll be next year. Who knows? Now, Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson eliminated from the playoffs. Wow. Bloody wow. Kyle Larson's not going to be able to race for a championship. Who knows? Kyle Larson may be able to race for a championship. I just thought about this, right? How funny would it be if Byron failed post-race inspection and then they had to put Bell back in the championship for a Hendrick car failed inspection in the elimination race last week? Or not last week, but the last elimination race at the Roval. You never know, man. You never know. That could happen, but holy shit. Oh, Kyle Larson, man. Not much else you can do different. You just can't. Kyle Larson, if anything, he has to be more like Chase Elliott. We all know Kyle Larson has the winning speed, but he can't be checkers or wreckers all the time. That's my personal take for Kyle Larson on this 2024 season. He's had a great year. You can't deny winning the Brickyard 400 and winning elimination races. Like, Kyle Larson has had one phenomenal season. And it sucks it has to end like this. It really does. I really wish Larson could be the champion this year because he deserved it, but it is what it is. And then we get on to Christopher Bell, my man who I had picked all season to win this championship. The only man I seen win a race in 2024 because I only went to one race, and that was New Hampshire. So, old C-Bell, that boy hauls balls. What more can I say? C-Bell hauls balls, and I mean, if they didn't shoot themselves in the foot early in this race, I think we completely avoid this controversy, but this was a controversy that needed to happen, in my opinion. This was a controversy that really did need to happen, so because NASCAR needs to look themselves in the face and realize how BS this playoff format really is. But yeah, man, Bell kind of fell off the last half of the season. He just couldn't get his win. I mean, he had plenty of seconds. He had plenty of chances to win. And he definitely deserves to be there over Joey Logano. If Vegas doesn't come down to strategy, I think we already have Bell locked into the championship race. But that's not how the world treated us this year. What more can I say? But yeah, man, that's my take on the eliminated drivers. We'll watch Reddick, Logano, Blaney, and Byron compete for a championship next weekend. I should have my championship prediction video out on Friday. And What are we going to give this Martinsville race on the Skylar scale? It was a very good race. It was a very good race. And then the end happened. If I take the controversy out of it, this is an 85%. This is definitely the best Martinsville race the second best Martinsville race I've seen in the next gen era. That very first elimination race at Martinsville, the 2022 one, the next gen, the one with the Hail Melon, that might never be topped in the next gen car. That was a pretty damn awesome race with all the drama there. It was edge of your seat stuff. It really was. But yeah, if I take the controversy out of it, the racing was good. I wish the tire wear showed up a little bit more, but overall, man, this was a pretty solid race in my opinion. This was a pretty solid race. I'm going to give it an 85% on the Skylar scale. We'll see what else comes out of this later. Maybe I have to do another video here shortly with a Byron or disqualification or something. We will see. That might already happen while my phone's on charge recording this video, but yeah, guys, let me know what you thought of Martinsville in the comments down below. And hopefully NASCAR scraps this playoff format. Hopefully they take a good look at themselves in the offseason and they realize this isn't it. We just take it back to the chase, please. Let's bring back the chase. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next episode and the final episode of 2024 of NASCAR post-race videos as we take the Phoenix for the finale this time next week. Take care, guys, and peace!